Welcome back to Six Survival Diaries. As you all know, it's Velvet, and this episode will be referred to as The Truth I Couldn't Avoid. You ever tell somebody a story from your life, expecting understanding, and instead they look at you like you're being manipulated? Yeah, that kind of pain is different because sometimes the hardest truths aren't new. They're truths you already felt deep down, but weren't ready to hear out loud. After everything that happened with money, the lies, the missed opportunity, I stayed. And honestly, that's the part people don't talk about enough. Why we stay. It wasn't like I didn't see things. I did. There were moments where something didn't sit right in my spirit, but I brushed it off. Told myself I was overthinking. Told myself that's just how she is. Because sometimes accepting the truth means accepting your whole life has to change too. And I wasn't ready for that yet. Then eventually, I met someone. Not somebody trying to save me, just somebody who listened, really listened. And like most people do, I started sharing stories from my life. Situations I had already normalized in my own head. Things I thought were just part of life. But the way this person listened felt different. No fake understanding, no interrupting, no rushing to respond. Just the kind of silence that slowly makes you hear yourself more clearly. And one day, after I finished telling one of those stories, they asked me something simple, but it didn't feel simple. Why do you keep excusing that? And honestly, that question hit harder than I expected. Not because I didn't hear it, but because I didn't have an answer. So I did what most people do when something gets too close to the truth. I defended it, laughed it off, minimized everything. It's not even like that. You don't understand. That's just how things are sometimes. But they didn't argue with me. And somehow that made it worse. They just kept listening. Then every time I told another story, they repeated it back exactly how I said it. No twisting it, no exaggerating it, just reflection. So let me get this straight and listen. When somebody says that, you already know something's coming. You had money saved. You were finally about to move forward. She told you where to put it, and then it disappears. And somehow, that's not her. That silence afterward, loud. Because for the first time, I heard my own life clearly, without loyalty softening it, without excuses rewriting it. And I remember trying to defend everything, while even I could hear how weak my excuses sounded. That was the moment something shifted in me, because suddenly, it didn't sound normal anymore. It sounded like manipulation, like somebody benefiting from me staying exactly where I was. And honestly, I hated that feeling. Not because they were wrong, but because I couldn't unhear it anymore. Because once you stop protecting people, once you stop explaining things away, what's left is the truth. And the truth was, this wasn't one situation. It was a pattern of trusting somebody who benefited from me staying stuck. And that realization didn't make me angry right away. It made me quiet because anger comes later. First comes the moment where your reality starts rearranging itself in your head. And the hardest part? Realizing I ignored my instincts over and over again. Because it's easier to say, they did this to me, but harder to admit, I saw it and stayed. That moment changed how I see people forever. Because not everybody in your life is there to grow with you. Some people are only comfortable with you as long as you stay the version of yourself that benefits them. And the moment you start changing, the moment you want more, that's when resistance shows up. And sometimes resistance doesn't look aggressive. Sometimes it sounds like, I got you. But really, it's positioning to keep you exactly where you are. Once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And that kind of awareness changes you quietly. You move differently, protect your energy differently, because now you understand something important. Access to you should be earned. And honestly, that's where the shift started. Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet awareness turning into distance, and eventually, change. Because some truths don't destroy you immediately. They quietly change the way you look at everyone after that. And from that moment on, I realized the hardest truth isn't always what people do to you. It's what you ignore while it's happening. And if you have a story you'd like to share, you can always send it in to the email in the description. Names, details, and identities can always be changed to keep everything completely anonymous. Because sometimes the stories people carry silently are the ones people need to hear the most. Please make sure to like and subscribe so you can stay connected for all future stories with episode 8, I Woke Up and $3,000 Was Gone, releasing May 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Real stories, real survival, real people.